public is for Guy and Stephen, and then we'll come to you, Delegate, with another question. Is this a real depiction of? We've heard, we're always told when we're talking about viewing Gasland and the folks on the other side of the table say, "Oh, that's not a true depiction. That's all hype, and that's all the bad scenes." And I'm wondering, is that a real depiction of what you feel is happening, what you've seen happening in Pennsylvania? Go for it.
Well, oh boy. The first thing I would point out is that online there is you can look up Affirming Gasland, which is a point-by-point refutation of the debunking Gasland that the Energy in Depth put out. And Josh Fox did a great thing here in giving a good overview of this industry and the kind of destructive practices associated with it. There's facts here and there that are a little bit off. He was out front on this in terms of informing the public about it, and did a beautiful film here that draws people into the information, which is really, really hard to digest. I've been at it for the last year and 3 months trying to figure out what is the threat to us, and I would re-emphasize what Josh said there at the end. His backyard is everybody's backyard. The number one criticism that gets thrown at people who get involved with this, like in my case, I have a 50-acre farm, it's threatened by gas drilling. Oh, well, you want to have natural gas, but you just don't want it in your backyard. And I say, no, this isn't about my backyard at all. This is about 50% of the land mass of Pennsylvania that you want to systematically fracture that area of landmass and inject 14 million tons of chemicals into it, put 200,000 well bores down into it that you say will be safe in perpetuity, but they of course will not be. From our perspective, it's just started in our county. We're in what's known as the Marcellus Fairway. It's supposed to be pretty rich in gas. We haven't been drilled to any extent like northeast Pennsylvania or southwest Pennsylvania. We have talked to many people who do live in those areas, and it is a hellish nightmare. The idea of living in an industrial zone has taken place in Tioga County, Bradford County, Washington County. And the drilling that is supposed to be better for the environment because they can put one pad per square mile, it's not going to happen that way. The realities of amassing the land and all the things that go into it, they're already putting 2 to 3 pads per square mile in some of these counties in northwest and northeast and southwest Pennsylvania. The only well that has been drilled near us is about 3 miles away. I went up there when they were flaring it because I wanted to see for myself what a flaring job looked like, and I had heard about the volatile organic compounds that come off of a flaring job. And I got out of my truck to take a picture, and inside of 30 seconds I was experiencing a headache. And so I left. I couldn't understand how the worker who was down on that pad was dealing with that. These are workers that are in the industry, are sometimes referred to as well trash. These are workers that are not unionized, that are not protected, and that their only recourse is to call OSHA and make an OSHA complaint. We really don't know what's happening with them. We don't know what their mortality rate is. But I can tell you from that one just simple personal experience that being anywhere near a flaring job like that, which sounds like a jet engine roaring in front of you, is emitting gases that are immediately injurious to a human being, not to mention other mammalian life living around there. Our concern, and I'll just end with this for the moment, is that not only might we have a pad put on our place, but we know one is scheduled for 3,500 feet from our front door. They are still doing these frac fluid ponds. They are still doing venting. We have a certified organic farm. We're downwind from where this site will be, and certainly we will have environmental impacts on our pastures that our goats eat. We have a licensed goat dairy, and we make cheeses and yogurts and milk and so forth. The certifying agency, Pennsylvania Certified Organic, We've tried to get them involved in this. Honestly, people are very afraid of the gas companies. And I want to just reiterate on that point what Josh said there at the end. He said, I don't know what's going to happen, but he said, probably what's going to happen is up to us. If you're interested, on September 7th up in Philadelphia, shale gas outrage. Look it up, Google it, shale gas outrage is going to be the largest demonstration held to date pushing back on this industry. It's being held at the same time that the industry is holding Shale Gas Insight Conference in Philadelphia. And so I plan to be there. Many people plan to be there. We've got to fight back on this. It's time to stop being polite about it. These folks lie at every term. You can tell because they lie about even the small things. And it's an industry not to be trusted. It's going to lay waste for future to 50% of the land mass of Pennsylvania for future generations.